Well, what a transition from negative 30-degree wind chill values to now very heavy rain, leading to flooding concerns and temperatures that are well into the 50s. Here's the breakdown with regard to flooding. We've, of course, got the mild temperatures. That's doing a lot of melting with regard to the snow and the ice, but also that torrential rain. The worst of it now, where it's really underway, and it's going to continue until, say, 4 or 5 o'clock of this evening. We could see across Connecticut upwards of 2 to 3 inches with maybe even locally higher amounts. Some communities already closing in on the 2-inch mark, and those temperatures, while they are certainly well above the average high of 34, nowhere near the records for today that happen to be in the 60s. Now, we are talking about poor drainage, basement, nuisance type flooding, clogged drains, also river flooding for initially the smaller streams, creeks and rivers, but then as we head into, say, tomorrow and the weekend, as the tributaries fill the larger bodies of water, issues there are some of the as well. So we'll be keeping a track on that situation. So we've got the heavy rain, the ice and snow melt that's just really making things worse. So all those factors playing in today. So we have a look at early warning pinpoint Doppler zoomed in over the Hartford metro area, raining all over the state. In fact, 84, 91, looking at very heavy rain as we take it into New Haven. More of the same, really. Any part of Connecticut, as we look at the statewide perspective, showing very heavy rain ongoing. In fact, you see some of these oranges and reds popping up along 395 from Montville to Norwich to the casinos there. Very heavy rain, reducing visibility, and again leading to a concern for some hydroplaning when out driving today. So slow your speed. We do have a flash flood watch up for the entire state. It runs through this evening. Temperatures compared to this time yesterday, 15, 20, 25 degrees warmer, as the actual numbers here are well into the mid-50s. So a very mild day underway. If you're a fan of the warmer weather, you want to enjoy it despite the wetness, because we do have a big drop coming later on today. And look at these on the hour latest wind gusts, upwards of 44 miles an hour for Bridgeport, 43 miles an hour for New Haven, even inland gusts 35 to 40 miles an hour. Some of the worst wind so far, though, has come across southeastern Mass and as well the Cape and Island. Some wind gusts there to over 65 miles an hour. So we're getting wind here, but it could be bad. It is bad elsewhere. So we've got the rain that's going to continue. A lot of mild air streaming in on the southerly flow. Got a front off to our west. It doesn't clear the state until later this evening. An area of low pressure develops along it or continues to ride along it, really enhancing that threat for even heavier rain this afternoon and the potential for some rumbles of thunder. Then behind this front, temperatures start trending in the downward direction as the wind picks up out of the northwest. So we've got the 50s here along the eastern seaboard, but notice Syracuse at 32, 29 right now in Buffalo. So that cold air eventually filters in our direction. So here's Futurecast as we head towards, say, 3 o'clock this afternoon, still tracking that heavy rain, potentially some rumbles of thunder. Then it moves offshore just after the evening commute from west to east. Clearing takes place thereafter, and then overnight mainly clear. Tomorrow we'll see some sunshine in the morning, and then through the course of the afternoon some clouds build in, perhaps a couple of flurries with a secondary shot of some chilly air arriving for the weekend. So temperature-wise for this afternoon, we're in the 50s now as we head towards, say, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Still 50s eastern Connecticut, but upper 30s in the northwest hills, and that colder air continues to move in on that northwesterly wind. So by, say, 7 o'clock tonight, we're going from the 40s into the 30s, and by, say, 11 o'clock tonight, going from the 30s even into the 20s in the northwest hills. So any standing water later on tonight on untreated surfaces could freeze, of course, and lead to some slick travel, but hopefully by then we'll get a lot of drying underway, especially on the main roads. For the weekend, cold on Saturday, not as windy, mid-20s, and then on Sunday, some snow showers possible in the morning. Not a big storm, sun and clouds otherwise, highs in the mid-30s. Then watching Tuesday to Wednesday of next week for a potential wintry, potentially wet kind of system to play out. So,
okay, see how that turns out.
Yeah, we're still several days out. We've got a lot on our plate for today, so we'll be keeping you updated here, and of course on our app. You know, we always send out the latest alerts as they come out.
And make sure you want to look for those gutters and all that might be blocked by snow, or just don't
do
want
your part for sure to help.
Flooding is a big concern.
Yes.
So.